Hello everyone and welcome to my channel for my first video. My name is Lori and I love to read, and I've recently got back into reading more regularly again, so I wanted to share my journey. And I thought the perfect first video for me would be a fall TBR because I love the fall. It's my favorite season. I love Halloween and cozy games, cozy books, things like that. So I thought this would be a good place to start. And I have 12 books on my list. One physical book and the rest I'm going to get from Kindle Unlimited or the library. And I have a mix of cozy fantasy, gothic, dark academia fantasy, and a thriller on here. So I have a bit of a mix. I'm really excited for all of them. But I will go ahead and start with the one physical book I have, which is Nightshade by Autumn Woods, which is the first book in the Sorrow Song University duet. And in this one, we are following Ophelia, who accepts a scholarship to a prestigious university in hopes of proving that her parents' accidental death was actually caused by aviation tycoon Kane Green. And on her first day at this university, she is almost killed by a mysterious man who turns out to be Kane's son, Alex. And then these two somehow end up growing closer together when they are paired together on a project, and when they are each other's alibi for a murder. And then she has to decide whether she still wants her revenge on Kane now that she's grown closer to Alex. And this one has, the university setting, dark academia. It's labeled as a romantasy on Goodreads, so I'm assuming there's a fantasy element. And it also mentions the mafia, so I'm not entirely sure what this one's going to be, but I feel like the time I would be most likely to enjoy this would be around Halloween. So I wanted to go ahead and add this one and give it a shot. And next on my list, I have House of Blight by Maxim M. Martineau. And this is the first book in the Threadmender Chronicles duology, which is a gothic fantasy duology. And in this one, we are following Adira Brilwin, who has a rare power where she can cure disease and mend injuries, things like that. But every time she does it, it takes a sliver of her own life. So she has kept this power a secret, and then the powerful ruling elite Fernglove family finds out about it. And then Adira's brothers end up getting the blight that's going through town, and she can't save them both. So Orrin Fernglove, who is the head of the Fernglove family, offers to help her by slowing down her brother's illness while he and Adira work on a cure at the Fernglove estate. And this one, the cover really gives fall to me. It's got the gothic fantasy elements. I think this one will be really great for the fall. Next, I have Autumn of the Grimoire by J.L. Vampa, and this is the first book in the Sisters Solstice series. And it seems each sister season will have her own book, and this one is going to be Autumn's. And for 300 years, she has been doing the Grimoire's bidding to escape punishment from the goddess, and she has been asked to do things like cause war, spread plagues, terrible things like that. And now she is being sent to marry a prince in the kingdom of Merville and act as if she's a peasant among all of these aristocrats. And she finds out that many of these people have dark secrets, including her new husband. And she ends up joining the city's blacklisted, and as these secrets start to come to light, she has to decide whether or not she's going to keep doing the Grimoire's bidding or continue forward with her new allies. And this one's got autumn right in the title. It's got the witchy, gothic feeling. I think this one will be perfect for the fall. Next up is Grim Curiosities by Sharon Lynn Fisher, and this one is a standalone set in Victorian England. And we are following Lizzie, who inherits her father's curiosity shop. And while working at this shop, she meets Anthony Carlyle, whose sister is suffering from the same thing that Lizzie's mother is suffering from, which is that they are both silent and unresponsive after talking to ghosts. So Lizzie and Anthony Carlyle, work together to try to figure out what has happened to their family members. And while they're doing this, they come across a set of books on folktales, enchantments, and myths that were treasured by Lizzie's father. And there is a very overeager customer who really wants to buy them, but Lizzie does not want to sell these books because they were treasured by her father. And as they're going through these books, there seems to be a potentially dangerous mystery unfolding. And I love a mystery, especially in the fall. There's, the gothic, paranormal, historical fiction. I feel like this one will definitely be best read in the fall. It does mention Christmas and winter in like the description, but I feel like this one definitely feels more fall to me. Next up, I have The Exorcism of Fairies, which is also by J.L. Vampa, and this is the first book in the Morbid Reality series. And in this one, we are following Ada, who is the daughter of morticians and is studying botany at Trinity College in Dublin. And we are also following Professor Murdoch, who is, I assume, one of her professors. And Fae are possessing people, and it is up to Ada and Professor Murdoch to exorcise these Fae. That's all I really know about this one. I'm kind of, I guess, going in a little bit blind. That's always fun, though. I'm excited for it. This one has gothic, dark academia. The atmosphere definitely feels Halloween to me. I think this one will be really great for the fall. And then next up I have Fairydale by Veronica Lancet, and this is a standalone. And in this one we're following Darcy, who gets a letter saying that her biological father has died and left her something in his will. But in order to get what he's left her, she has to go to Fairydale and attend his funeral. And once she gets there, some strange things start happening. She encounters two men, one who belongs to an infamous family, and the other who was a nobleman who died 2 centuries ago, who she sees in her dreams, I believe. And then there is an ancient threat that is threatening the town, and she has to make a choice. I'm not really sure what to expect with this one either, like at all. I've heard there's a lot of crazy twists, and you'll be second guessing yourself and everything that goes on in this book. I have heard very mixed reviews. People seem to either love this or hate this. I'm hoping, obviously, that I'll love it. It does sound like something I could really like. I'm really excited for this one. I'm very hopeful. It says it has horror, paranormal, and fantasy elements. And this definitely seems like something that I would want to be like in the Halloween season mood for, so I think this will be a great choice for the fall. The next book on my list is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and this is the first book in the Shepherd's King duology. And in this one we are following Elspeth Spindle, who lives in a cursed kingdom and has been infected by this curse, which causes a fever and then gives the infected person magic powers. And the magic from this curse has caused the Nightmare, who is an ancient spirit, I believe, to live inside Elspeth's head. And she gets her powers from him. And the people who are infected by this curse are killed by the king's destriers, so she has to keep her infection a secret. And there are also these magical providence cards that are kind of similar to tarot cards that can also grant anyone magical abilities. But if you use it for too long, there are consequences. And reuniting all 12 of these cards will cure the kingdom of the curse. So she ends up joining the king's nephew, who is actually the captain of the destriers, on a quest to collect all 12 of these cards to cure the kingdom of the curse. And this is one I've had on my list for a very long time. I'm really excited to get to this one. I definitely felt like I should wait on this one to read it in the fall, so I went ahead and added it to my list. Next up is For Whom the Bell Tolls by J.C. Lynn, and this is the first book in the Hell's Bells series. And in this one we're following Lizzie as she arrives in the afterlife and is surprised by what she discovers, as she is drawn to the one place you would think you wouldn't be drawn to, which is hell. And she ends up finding a job among the demons, helping souls, sending them to where they belong. And she meets Belle, who is a demon general, and they end up forming a friendship. And then something is threatening to destroy their world, and they have to fight to stop it. And the cover on this one definitely feels fall to me. We have paranormal, demons. I think this one is perfect for a Halloween time. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of cozy. I'm not sure. I thought it was, but now I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I think it'll be great for the fall. Next up on my list is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, and this is the first book in the Wicked Game series. And in this one we are following Ophelia, who has entered Phantasma, which is a deadly competition with 9 challenges inside of a haunted house. And the prize for this competition is 1 wish. And while she is in this competition, she is offered a bargain by Blackwell, who is a phantom, and he says he can guide her through these challenges, but she has to give him 10 years of her life. And I've had this one on my TBR forever. I've almost picked it up multiple times, but I can keep putting it off thinking, no, this one needs to be read around Halloween time, so I'm finally adding it. I'm going to finally read it, and I think this one will be really great for the fall. Next up, I have The Awakening by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, and this is the first book in the Zodiac Academy series. And in this one, we are following twin sisters who are summoned to a Fae Academy where they learn that they are the rarest elementals ever known and the first to be able to harness all 4 elements, and they are meant to inherit the throne. And then they are targeted by the celestial heirs who were meant to inherit the throne before the twins showed up. And the heirs are brutally trying to force the twins out of the academy because if the twins don't graduate from the academy, then they cannot inherit the throne. And this one has an elemental magic system with different kinds of creatures like vampires, werewolves, dragon shifters, things like that. And I have been waiting to read this for a long time, but it is such a long series that I've been nervous to get into it. But I feel like now's a great time to start. I feel like it'll be a great fall read with the academic setting and the paranormal elements. I feel like it's time to go ahead and start this series, so I'm going to add it to my list and finally read it. Next up, I have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett, and this is the first book in the Emily Wilde series. And in this one, we are following Cambridge professor Emily Wilde, who is the top expert on fairies, and she is writing the first ever encyclopedia of fairy lore. And she arrives at Herravensvik, a village I'm not sure how to pronounce, where she encounters Wendell Brambleby, who is her academic rival. And he involves himself in her research as they investigate the elusive hidden ones in the forests outside of town. And this one is a cozy fantasy. I wanted something cozy in here to kind of switch things up. I think this will be great for the fall. I'm very excited to get to this one. Lastly, I have The Taken Ones by Jess Lurie, and this is the first book in the Steinbeck and Reed series. And in this one, we are going back to the summer of 1980 when 3 girls go into the woods and only one comes back out. And she is silent with no memory, and this mystery ends up getting a lot of attention. And then fast forward to the summer of 2022, Detective Reed and forensic scientist Steinbeck are assigned a homicide case involving a woman who was buried alive while holding a heart necklace that belonged to one of these missing girls. And Steinbeck and Reed both have ties to the original case, and now they are kind of afraid of what is going to be uncovered as this mystery unravels. And I love thrillers, especially in the fall. I've had this one on my TBR for quite a while, so I wanted to add it. I don't have a ton of thrillers on my TBR at the moment. I haven't been finding any that I really want to read, so if you have any thriller recommendations, let me know. But that is all of the books on my list. I hope maybe that you have found something that you might want to try out this fall. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope I will see you all in my next video.